share a little bit about what she does, and just know that honestly, she is truly, truly a woman of incredible perseverance, incredible energy, and a heart of gold.
What can I say after this? There's so much that we can talk about as women, and there is too much to address as Black women. But there is more to address as immigrant women.
Yes.
I always talk about my first time starting a business, and it's just closer to what you just shared. There's many struggles before leading up to becoming a business woman, not just as a Black woman, but as someone who had an accent, who was looked at differently. When I started the business, I met with a small business association or administration person, and he sat down with me. He said, "You have all the recipes to succeed. You're smart. You are a nurse," because I'm doing staffing agency in nursing, and your demeanor, like he was giving me the positive first. And then he said, "But you will file bankruptcy the first year because you are a woman, you're a Black woman, you have an accent." And that's all I needed for someone to tell me that I can't do something. And yeah, so I told him, "Thank you. And I am going to call you in a few years and tell you I've done it." And I did. I did call him. I called him 2 years after, and I said, "I'm still here. And I succeeded. You, thank you, your words ignite the fire in me." That's all you did. And truly, it's the way you want to look at things. You can choose to see the glass half full, you can choose to see the glass half empty. And your perception, the way you take things, it will either make you or break you. And I'm a good example of everything can go wrong with one person. It did well with me, and that's not exaggeration, truly. But at the end of the day, I look at my privileges. And you might say, "You're a Black immigrant. What privilege do you have?" I have a loud mouth, and I share that. I use my life and everything that I went through so someone else can look at me and say it's not easy said than done, but it can truly happen to me. And if she can do it, and she, doesn't matter how you say it, you can say it with admiration, or you can say it with like, if she can do it. And it doesn't matter how you feel or other people feel about you, it's what you take. You can take the negativity and run with it, or you can be positive and keep moving. Use this as your fuel, and that's what is fueling me, not just my personal ability, but to look around and see so many amazing, amazing women and men. And yes, a few good men here. But honestly, women fight an uphill battle from sexism, racism, from any ism you can face. And as someone who grew up in Sudan, I had first-hand experience with female genital mutilation. That's 40 years old, shouldn't have that experience. Then you are told that domestic violence is a normal thing. You see a woman, you see, that did not happen in my family. Thank God I grew up in a family, a liberal family that taught me and my dad, taught us and fought a whole community who were telling him, "You are raising them to be bad people, you are raising them to be this and that." But he fought a bigger fight than my mom did. But at the end of the day, you see your neighbor getting beat, and you hear the responses. This is what she did. That's a result of her action. So women were not just responsible for their own behavior, but they're supposed to like take responsibility for everyone else's action and the world getting the blame. Also living in a society that look at you as a second hand, like you're not a person, second class citizen. Women in Sudan and most of that area are looked at fifth class, not even second. Finding an education, going to school is a struggle. Choosing a career, and me being a rebel, women were not allowed to do like electrical engineering. It's not written, but it's a tradition, right? So I chose to be an electrical engineer, which is in Sudan it's a man's world, it's a man's job. So I graduated from Sudan University as an electrical engineer. Then I looked at my degree and I said, what the heck am I going to do with that? I don't want it. I'm just doing it to be defiant. And when I came here, I changed my career and became a nurse, and then started my company and all of that. But the one thing I want you to think about is when we think about immigrants, think about the things that you don't know. Look at someone, hear them, not just see them, and acknowledge their struggles, acknowledge the road that they walk to get to where they're at. So if you look at yourself waking up and making a decision to get up and just do what you do normally, someone who came from a different country don't have that privilege. Not have, I studied English in Sudan, but we never used it to speak. The accent, there's so much, the culture. So to find someone in your life who makes that difference, and any and each one of you could be that person by just being kind, by asking someone, how are you doing, how can I help? Because just learning how to talk and how to communicate your feelings is not an easy thing. Anyways, I can keep going, but thank you for having me, thank you for everything.
Thank you.